Today I'm going to make, and I'll show you if you want to watch. I'm going to make a nice fluffy, creamy, good coconut cake. It's going to be a vanilla cake with coconut frosting on top, and I'm going to show you that from the cake to the frosting. So the first thing that we need, well, let's just go over all the ingredients. You need shortening or butter if you prefer to use butter. I don't, because it's more expensive. You need granulated sugar or white sugar, whatever you call that, buttermilk, vanilla, just a tiny bit of heavy whipping cream, 3 eggs, I can only hold 2 in my hand, and a packet of French vanilla pudding mix. You also need self-rising flour. Don't let me forget to put that in there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to put in here is 1 well-rounded cup of the shortening or the butter. Then we're going to have a cup, 1 cup, and 1/4 of a cup of the granulated sugar. Okay, once this is creamed together and really good, it's time to add the vanilla and the eggs, adding 1 at a time. So I'm going to put that on low speed so that it'll grab those, excuse me, so it'll grab those eggs. It's going to be about a 1/2 tablespoon of vanilla. Thunder. I hear it now. Okay, once we've added all 3 eggs, we just turn it up a little bit and let it mix really well. We got thunder outside, y'all. That's weird. It's cold today. I'm going to add about 3/4 of a cup of buttermilk. And about 1/3 of a cup of heavy whipping cream. Then we're going to open up the vanilla pudding pack and add the entire pack, and this is a 3.4 ounce packet. I'm going to have to really mix this up because my pudding got hard. I think I've had it for a long time. I want to mix it really, really, really well. Just get it going good. Kind of like a brick when I put that pudding pack in there, but it mixed in there good. Now you want to add 1 3/4 cups of self-rising flour. Remember to turn your mixer down. I learned from experience, y'all. Turn your mixer down before you put this flour in, because if you don't, you're going to look like a mime if you're standing too close. I'm going to turn it up a little bit and let it mix really well. Now, I'm going to put these, I got to clean my stove, y'all, I know that. Daisy cooked some cupcakes and a mess. So anyway, I'm making these in these mini cake pans. And there is just enough in here in this recipe to fill each pan. Ooh, we got a thunderstorm going on, y'all. Okay, I'm going to pop these in the oven. So anyway, I put those in the oven. They're probably gonna have to cook for 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. And I'll tell you a little secret. I got the camera charging on the tripod, or else I'd put it down there at the oven and show you. I've known this for a while, and I always forget to do it. My mom taught me that to make a cake moist and to cook nice and moist and even in the oven, you take an oven-safe bowl and fill it with water. It doesn't matter what size. It can be a large bowl, a small bowl. Not too small because you don't want it to burn off. But you just fill it enough with water, stick it in the back of the oven before you turn the oven on. And by the time you got the cake in there, it's warmed up and it's creating a steam, and it will make the cake nice and moist. And trust me, it works, because Daisy and I were getting some really dry cakes out of our recipes, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And I think my oven, it being brand new, maybe it's, you know, just sealed so tight that it's really dry heat. So I started putting the water bowl in there. We get the most moist, fluffy cakes and cupcakes. You'd be surprised what a difference a bowl of water in your oven will make. I'm going to put about a half a bag of this powdered sugar. Be careful not to sit it on the stove. That burner gets hot and the oven's still on. Could turn it off. Okay, and then to this we are going to add about 2/3 of a cup of the shortening. Yeah. Then we're going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla and about, yes, I like my buttermilk. It's good for making cakes and things. About 1/4 of a cup of buttermilk, just to start, because we don't want to add too much. And that's another reason I don't add the whole bag of the powdered sugar, because I'm afraid I'll add too much liquid and then you can't fix it once you've added it all. So we started off kind of slow, so we don't want powdered sugar everywhere. We're going to make a nice creamy topping for these cakes. Yep, so we're going to need a little bit more buttermilk, just adding it slowly. And buttermilk, I think, kind of takes some of the sweetness out, so that is not too sweet. You want to mix this up really good. Don't want to overmix it, because I found sometimes when you overmix, I get separation. So then we've got coconut here, which was in a bag. It's not fresh. It's bagged coconut, whatever you want to call it. And I'm just going to start slowly adding. It depends on your taste. Daisy doesn't even like coconut, so probably you want to add to a half a bag of that. I would say maybe 4 or 5 tablespoons. You can hear it changing the consistency there. I'll let that fluff up really nice. Alright, you can see that is nice creamy consistency. Okay, excuse me. So now I'm going to leave this, just let it sit. I'm going to take these out of the pans and, well, let's go ahead and just do it. Let's see. Still kind of hot. I'm going to take that. Probably it'll be okay. I'm going to cut that top off, just because we want to get that soft cake taste. Now I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them in the freezer. You didn't even see me do that. Anyway, I cut the top off, and the kids can snack on that. I'm going to cut the tops off of both of them. I'm going to put them in the freezer and let them cool down. But you don't want to freeze them, because what happens is when you freeze them and they get solid and then you take them out and try to decorate them or put the icing on, they start to sweat and you have a mess. So I just want them to cool down. I don't want them to freeze solid. A little case have cooled in the freezer for, yeah, they're still a little warm. This one is, maybe because I stacked them. But anyway, they've been cooling in the freezer for about 20 or 30 minutes. So let's just ice them up. It's a little lopsided, but it's just for the family, so no biggie. Yeah, no biggie. We'll take this one, plop it down like that, and make it look all neat. And I have got to say that this is a very moist cake. I just tried just a little piece of the top that I cut off. I'm not going to eat any of this because I am trying to keep my sugars at a decent level. I only tasted a little bit of the icing to see if it tasted good. It does. You can toast these, toast a little bit of these, coconut if you want to. I am not going to, just for time's sake, but I would say if you're going to toast it, you can do it in the oven, put it on like 300 and just spread it out evenly on a pan, and that's it. Shall we slice it open and see what we got here? I think we will. Still hear rain outside. Okay. There you go, little mini coconut vanilla cake that you can make for little tea parties or just for the family for after dinner. And adding the pudding and putting the water in the oven is really helpful to make this a nice moist cake. The out nice and even, and so there it is, nice little treat. That's it. Peace, y'all. Bye bye.